Well, you no doubt by now have heard or seen the jailhouse audio of career criminal, and the way the media is treating it is, of course, hilarious. Well, the guy that's been in and out of jail 14 times says a voice told him to do it. May as well believe him. Everybody move on. Let's go look for those mean teenagers that put some skid marks on a pride crosswalk. This is one of the oldest works in the criminal justice system. People pretend to hear voices. People pretend this, to, not be in control of their faculties. To do what? Escape accountability, which a large group of people, in particular young black men, enabled by obese white liberal or black liberal judges. This is a multifaceted problem that's going to take generations to fix. And I just don't feel like waiting. I don't feel like waiting. And I want to see swift movement. I want to see judges in jail. I want to see judges removed from their position. I want to see more prisons built. I'm done with this. It's like this jailhouse audio leaks, and everyone's like, well, I mean, that's an open and shut case, Johnson. The psycho who tried not to spend life in prison said a voice told him to do it. Nothing to see here. Definitely wasn't racially targeted, even though there were 6 black people sitting around him. It was definitely the small little white girl sitting in front of him that was controlling his mind. This guy, I don't believe is insane. I believe he may have problems, but I believe that what I'm about to share with you will prove he is not insane, because there's many things that happened both before and after this incident that prove he was thinking very clearly. Like the example that when he went to the door to the train after committing his crime, he took off his hoodie because it had blood on it. Does that seem like a crazy person's thinking? Or does that seem like somebody who perhaps may be trying to get away with a crime? That's not the act of a crazy person. But of course, the media looks at it and they're like, well, yep, open and shut case, Johnson. Race had nothing to do with it. Moving on to the next dumb thing. Now, he has spoken from his jail cell for the first time. He claims that the government implanted, quote, materials in his body. Could it have been the jab? That made him commit this horrific crime. The material, put it in like that. The material is just using my body. Is that, that's not me. I'm just talking for no reason. But since they did that, now they get to investigate the material my body got exposed to. Since they want to do that, now they get to investigate. But didn't you say they put it there? Why would they need to investigate? Now, I'm not saying unequivocally that this man is not insane. But what I am saying is that thousands of people a year try to use this excuse to avoid any kind of consequences for their horrific actions. Here's the audio.
So you said something in your body did what?
It's almost like they're working together. When you make a phone call to a jail or you go to, they're recorded. So it's like, she's just going to lead the guy. Oh yeah, weren't you saying something about some crazy material in your body? Weren't you saying something about crazy voices in your head? Oh yeah, it was crazy voices in my head.
What?
Nah, the material, put it like this, the material using my body to stab the lady.
And so she just got stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the material in my body. Just the material. Guys, he definitely didn't target a white girl when there was plenty of other targets around. He definitely he didn't go on that train with a concealed weapon in a premeditated manner. He definitely didn't try to evade police after the incident. No, that was all the material.
That's not me.
No, that's not.
Just for no reason.
He was arrested in 2022 for attacking this very same sister, by the way.
But since they did that, now they got to investigate the material my body is exposed to. Since they want to do all that, now they got to investigate.
because she's from the Ukraine. She's from Russia, and they got a war. They had a war going on against the United States. So I'm just trying to understand, out of all people, why her?
Now, maybe this woman is working with the cops. I don't know. I don't feel like it was common knowledge for like his sister to be like, why her?
Hey, it ain't. I don't have nothing. They just lashed out on her. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, okay.
They lashed out on her.
They lashed out on her.
Who was working the album? Who was working the material? Whoever was working the material? They lashed out on her.
Whoever was working the material wasn't him. Couldn't be. Now, let me be very clear. Yes, people are schizophrenic. People are crazy. And it's entirely possible that this guy was both of those things. Okay? Both of them. Don't care. You spend your life in prison. The government shut down mental institutions. And so now these people are all walking the streets, constantly being set free by cashless bail, which creates a revolving door of criminals. This guy was allegedly homeless and couldn't hold down a job, had been arrested 14 times prior. None of those times people thought, maybe let's just keep you here. In the latest case, an obese, a large black woman who was the judge said, he's totally fine. That same woman also, coincidentally, ran a rehabilitation center. Look at the comments. Did the materials also make him flee the scene, take off his bloody sweatshirt to try and hide what he did? He's a career criminal using mental health as a tool to let him continue committing heinous crimes, and I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Something to consider at the autopsy, people said. He was completely insane and everyone knew it. His own mom knew it. The judge who listened to the 911 call in January and gave him no cash bail knew it. They let him out anyway. You cannot be angry enough. Get angrier. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. We'll have to cut him open to investigate. Hate to do it, but he asked for this himself, people say. By the way, did you know that the woman that let him out never even passed the bar? A lot of people finding that out today. Never even passed the bar. Now, do I think perhaps, this needs to be a federal mandate? Yep. We need to have only lawyers in charge of letting people with law degrees, the only people in charge with letting people go or stay in prison. We also need real. Look at this chart that Elon Musk retweeted. This will tell you everything about catch and release culture. Okay. I'm sure he has he's definitely been on one. Here we go. A 10 strike law allowing people from leaving prison after that many attacks on people would reduce aggressive crime period by 20%. A 5-strike law would cut crime by 40%. That means if you've been convicted 5 times, if you never got out of prison again, that would cut crime by 40%. By the way, if we did it at 2 times, it would reduce crime by 60%. 1 time would be 80. But of course, the media, this is genuinely unreal. BLM told the world apart over a police interaction in which there was literally zero evidence of race being involved. But when a man takes this poor girl's life and walks around saying, I got the white girl, what we get is, well, we don't know why he did it. If you're trying to understand this, imagine Derek Chauvin or Daniel Penny walking around after the incident saying, I got that black man. Do you think the media would be saying, we don't really know why he did it, and talking about how they were hurting? They're making excuses. Here's Van Jones. Now, the dirty little secret is, I can't speak for other people. I have never really had any issue, with anybody based on their race. But there is, the black community hates white people. They hate them. A lot of them do. Not all, but a lot of them do. Not all, but a lot of them. Right? This is something that we continue to pretend isn't a thing, but yet they keep telling us. Look at this. Listen to this effing loser.
Know how to deal with people who were hurting in the way this man was hurting.
Oh, he was hurting. We got to give this man sympathy.
Hurt people. What happened was horrible. No one mentioned the word race, white, black, or anything except him.
Right. So perhaps it was a factor, Van Jones. And by the way, I don't care if it was or wasn't. The bigger picture is black men between the ages of 18 and 40 that are, taking out white folks like hotcakes. A fact.
We don't know why that man did what he did. We don't know how to deal with people who were hurting in the way this man was hurting. Hurt people. What happened was horrible. No one mentioned the word race, white, black, or anything.
Like, are you joking? Whole lot of I support Ukraine Democrats awfully quiet right now, aren't they? This is peak double standard. This is peak double standard. People are sick of it. This guy knew exactly what he was doing. Might he have had other mental health issues? Sure, it's possible. Let's put the judges that released him in the cell with him. The judge that said this guy's totally fine to be out in society, we should put that woman in the cell with him. She said he's fine, right? And Elon Musk is on one, reposting Matt Walsh, talking about legacy media. Why we use the lowercase white? Because they capitalized black. Something bad is coming. This is undeniable. I can't stop it. No amount of videos I can make will stop it. And it's been a long time coming. This community had many years, Democrats had many years to treat people equally, to put people in prison who took people's lives. They said, we don't want to do that. So now, whatever happens, it's going to be on them.